Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
We're just an adorable couple in love that loves reacting to some Attack on Titan.
Yes, and we are diving back into Season 4 with episodes 9 and 10 today.
Yeah, and you can get early free access to our full and cut reactions, get a month ahead, and see every moment over on our Patreon. Links in the description of the video. You can go to patreon.com/definitely-not-definitive. Also have early access right here on YouTube. If that's more convenient for you, you can hit the join button if you're interested. It won't be ad-free, but you'll still get a month ahead. And let's get to it.
Let's do it. I can't believe we're a third of the way through, basically.
I know.
I realize that you probably wouldn't know what to say to this, but I want you to hear it. 3 years ago.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Back when we still could have changed something.
Is he talking to Annie, you think?
That's a good guess.
We need to find out what they're doing now and relay it back to Marley. It's a devil!
Not a devil.
Mm-hmm.
The devil. Just
Yep.
walking with a chip on your shoulder, like you do.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Marley!
Yeah, Hanji.
The trip must have left you exhausted, so why not join us for some tea? If you were curious about this guest of ours, he arrived just before you and we're already getting along splendidly. Isn't that right? Tell them, Nicola!
Forget about me and gun these devils down while you can!
That was the wrong answer.
He's saying that he doesn't want to be part of your shitty skit.
Everybody's a critic.
Maybe you should be more polite, unless you want to piss off the Titan looming behind you.
And he's always pissed.
This is all she has to say to you!
Wrong answer.
Put your hands up, Yelena!
Lay down your weapons.
Do as she says.
Hanji, I'd like to accept your invitation. Let's have some tea.
Okay.
How I've longed to meet you,
So this is how they got a spy.
Aaron.
You just see like the wheels in Hanji's head turning like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I didn't think they'd accept my offer. I didn't really have tea.
Well, I'm glad they're going back to this. I'm like,
Ooh, we probably want to skip this, right?
no,
Oh, we can watch this.
you can watch this, yeah. Because like she was there before, and she had the beard and everything like that, and then when it was ended up being Annie, I'm like, okay, who are you? Were we supposed to know who
Yeah.
you were? But like so much was going on at that point because like Zeke was revealed to be in on it, and then that was just a thought I had, but pushed to the back like immediately.
And this show is so good about doing that too. Like they introduce something and you're like, wait, this
Yeah.
feels important. But then like 15 major things happen after that. And you kind of forget this one over here.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I love that this show does that. Because there's never like an inconsequential moment. Everything
Yeah.
always does come back.
Okay, this is just the intro where everything just gets blown up. That was cool with the water and the music synced up like that.
What do you think she's hoping to do?
Can't say. But even if she's on our side, we obviously
Can't trust her. Yep.
No napping, Sasha.
We get more Sasha.
We're really lucky we found them. We managed to intercept that ship by pure chance. If Marley comes to this island in force, we've got to do something.
Something drastic.
What are you doing?
I know.
Back in Marley, those weapons are standard issue.
Show her where the safety is.
Please.
You're making strides in the field of aerial warfare.
Ariel?
Keep it together, or they'll think we're weak.
I know that.
They're making flying ships, which can circumvent walls by attacking from the sky.
They'll attack from the sky!
Angie,
We're gonna keep cool.
Why haven't they sent an invasion force in the past year?
The first is the pure Titans Marley released here. They pose a serious threat to a landing force, even if that force is armed with the latest weaponry.
Definitely looked like they were partying.
They did. Well, they're supposed to be drunk, so. Or represent drunk people.
You must have killed all the pure Titans that were roaming around. Is my assessment correct?
and what if it is? You gonna take that intel back to Marley?
Maybe.
Never. It's amazing. I am in awe.
Why?
So what's the second reason?
Marley is occupied. It can't be bothered to deal with Paradis now. You defeated the warrior unit, the Pride of Marley. Marley is a nation with many enemies. Once they saw that you'd left it in a weakened state, they quickly joined as one and declared war.
I'm guessing that your group infiltrated the Marleyan army because you have some sort of grudge against it. Are you undercover agents from some of the nations that Marley's conquered? Oh, so I'm right.
Nice. Good call.
Well done, Hanji.
Marley took our homes and conscripted us into its army. Until we met, people feared that Titan the world over. They called him a devil. But to me, he looked like something else entirely. A god. One that gave hope to the powerless. Our mutiny was carried out at the express command of Zeke Yeager. We're the anti-Marleyan volunteers.
So let's
And our
go.
goal is to free the Eldian people.
It goes this far back. Damn. What kind of a change?
He hunted the scouts to near extinction. Now he has the gall to come to us with requests? Regardless, I would still like to hear what else he has to say.
Pixis.
The founding Titan and a Titan possessing royal blood. He says that with both, the world can be saved.
Zeke is telling the truth. I remember. The Founder's power has always been completely impossible for me to use. The only exception was when I touched a Titan with royal blood. It had to be my dad's first wife. He must have figured it out too. How to get around the King's vow renouncing war. He knows how to wake the millions of Titans sleeping in the walls. How to start the rumbling and crush the world.
Do you really want to crush the world?
Why did you keep quiet about this for so long?
Because I was concerned for Historia's safety. At the time, I wasn't sure. And I couldn't let her get
Good man,
turned into
Aaron.
a Titan based on some hunch of mine.
We'll talk about it later.
You keep nothing from Levi.
If we want to protect Paradis from Marley's survey ships, we need the volunteers' help.
Mm-hmm. Need people on the inside.
We read you. What's your situation?
Thank goodness. Our ship ran aground.
We've been waiting so long for help.
Don't worry. We're sending 2 survey ships your way.
You all right? We're coming to pick you up! It's the Colossal Titan! Help!
Oh, man.
Jamal! Where's the coast?
We'll be taking those ships from you.
Welcome to our defiled island of filth-blooded devils. You're gonna love it here.
Yeah, Levi.
But if you don't want to come ashore, you'll need to swim back home.
We knew that as Eldians, we were feared and hated by the rest of the world. By people on the other side of the sea. But not everyone across the sea was an enemy. That fact gave us comfort. And we finally got to learn about the outside world. In all its complexities and mysteries.
Why is your skin so dark, Onion Capone?
Because our creator thought that things would be more interesting if the world were occupied by many kinds of people. I'd say that applies to you subjects of Ymir as well. We exist because we were wanted.
By who?
By the one who gave power to your founder Ymir. It was God. Well, that's what some people do. We're all free to think as we like, right?
They don't have religion here?
Well, I mean, Ymir was
Yeah.
banished to Paradis for being a religion, so.
Niccolo's a master when it comes to Marleyan cuisine.
Don't jerks. If you don't like how it looks, then don't eat it. Like I care what Eldians think.
Oh.
Slow down!
Oh my god, Sasha.
You're a genius. This is the best food I've ever eaten. I've never tasted anything like this.
There's plenty, so take your time.
Oh.
Progress has been fast since those Marleyan engineers decided to help out. At first, we were too suspicious to cooperate in anything, but as we gradually set aside the labels we have for one another and work to see each other as people,
Look at that.
we can reach an understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen any of Bertolt's memories?
I didn't notice anything that seemed helpful.
Zeke has less than 3 years to live.
But about that, do you really think it's okay for us to just go along with Yelena's plan? I just wonder if we really have to threaten the world with the rumbling to protect the Eldian people. We'd be forcing everyone to live in fear of us, acting like the devils they think we are. Why don't we just talk to them? Threats won't be needed.
Come again? What misconceptions
Good
do they
theory.
have?
You know how they think we're scary monsters.
They think that because we can transform into man-eating titans. That's no misconception.
There are some Marleyans who like us,
Most of the Marleyans we caught are still glaring at us from their prison cells.
but given enough time,
We just need time.
One thing you don't have.
We need to show the world our strength.
Mm.
Oh god, what a segue.
Yeah. Oh, it's Sasha's grave.
If there was some other path we could have taken, if we'd just seen it. I used to think that I understood Aaron better than anyone, even Mikasa. But I don't know anymore.
It's been through a lot. Starfleet was formed to investigate Paradis Island after operation to retake the founding Titan and failed. Not a single one has returned.
You have no right to come here! Let us take care of this guy! Marleyans can go to hell.
Hey, Niccolo.
You okay?
Why, damn it? Is it true that Sasha was killed? What the hell were you guys doing? Shot by a kid who snuck onto the airship? It's too ridiculous to be true.
It wasn't an ordinary kid. The girl had
No,
been trained.
it was not.
Sounds like a warrior candidate.
I'm sorry.
Why apologize to me? All I did was cook her a meal or two.
Thank you for every tasty meal you made for her.
She loved it. Food was her world. The first foodie.
It's her family.
Y'all were friends with my daughter, Sasha.
Pardon, I'm just a captive Marleyan, but I have permission to work as a chef.
I love to cook for your family.
Your daughter loved my cooking more than anyone else ever will, I think. So, please come and let me cook you something.
Aw.
And this will be on the house, right?
Good question to ask. Make sure of misunderstandings.
How interesting. They're calling it a victory. Ignorance is scary, but delusion's even worse.
I'm going to kill you and ship your corpse back to Marley with a note about your little plot. That said, if this secret plan of yours isn't bullshit, I can wait and chop you up once it's finished. I don't care much either way.
Well, I appreciate your willingness to accommodate.
And his honesty.
I do get to meet Aaron soon, don't I?
There's no need to rush. We've prepared a nice little place for you to stay here.
A little hole in a well.
Could I ask you to stop glaring?
Nope.
This is all the Titan transformation serum.
You could ask, but he's not going to do it.
Sorry, but it's hard to reproduce.
This should be plenty. I just wish that we were in a position to return your kindness. You turned our ignorance into hope and got nothing in return for us to doubt the people who saved us. We truly are no better than devils.
The weapons that we offered you as gifts were intended to bring freedom to the Elden.
Jeez.
We're going to great lengths to keep Zeke on a tight leash.
It's fine, Commander. I understand. The day will soon come when we sit at the same table once again.
Let's hope so. Still so much distrust.
It's a giant forest.
Looks like a fun spot for using ODM gear, too. Would you mind letting me show it to Gabi and Falco?
Whether they get to see the sights or not depends on you.
I'll kill you, Aaron Yeager. Aaron was ready to do it.
Yeah, she will.
Whether we helped him or abandoned him. But now, we've killed a huge number of people. Sailors, soldiers, civilians.
Kids.
The devastation we spread was indiscriminate. If we had left that port intact, then Marley would have launched an immediate counterattack against our island. We've abandoned all hope for peace. We didn't have a choice, any more than the three of you did.
He was talking to Annie.
Right? Annie.
About time. It's been nice in season 1.
Kill or be killed. Fight for your life.
The only way to live is to fight. So fight. Just fight.
Well, I'm glad we got a little bit more backstory what's been happening in the last 3 years with the crew over at Parody. And I also really enjoyed the scene between Levi and Zeke. That was fun.
I just love Levi's dialogue in general in this episode. Like the sharp bluntness that he is wielding right now in the face of everything going on. I mean, he's never been someone to kind of like beat around the bush or you know, be overly poetic or lengthy in his dialogue, but he's more often than not chosen not to speak and just observe everyone and like just process it all versus like really weighing in. And the humor in the beginning, like when he's reaching out for that soldier and like, welcome to our island of devils, you know, to then that scene with Levi and like, I'm going to kill you. I don't know if it's going to be now or if it's going to be later, but I'm going to kill you. Like there's just, you see the toll that it's taken on Levi, and there's I don't know that he ever gave a fuck, but he definitely gives 0 fucks now. Like 0.
Yeah. And what I love about the stuff with Sasha and the cook is that it just goes to show that you don't really always know the effect that you're gonna have on someone else, and how much, you know, just the simple act of, you know, her loving his food so much, making him feel good about what he's doing, had an effect on him, you know. And like, I'm sure it was just more like he talked to her about her more than that, but I mean, we didn't really see that. Like at first I thought they were like apologizing to him because like him and Sasha like were in like a relationship or something.
Too, yeah.
And you know, maybe they were, but just from what I saw there, I didn't really see them like, necessarily. That's not what he said. Like he hadn't like met her parents or anything like that. Like he was like a prisoner, basically. So, but still, like I just liked that moment. I mean, that got me a little bit choked up too when he was crying, like he was offering to cook for her family as well. Just it's like, this is what I can do. Like I can't offer you any other comfort, but like, my food your daughter loved, and if it could bring you any sort of happiness during this troubled time, I'd love to do it. And that's like the sentiment that he was offering, and it was beautiful.
I also loved kind of the exploration of everybody's state of mind in this moment, as we see like their sense of the battle that's to come, and how something really bad is right around the corner. I mean, just Mikasa at the grave there, and then Eren at the end, and all about how like kill or be killed, fight. All that's left is to fight. All that's there in life is to fight for them. There was such a ominous feeling about it, and it was so, I think, well portrayed in this, because it was simplistic, but the weight of how they said the words, the way that they animated them, it's like I really felt that sort of, I think, tragedy that this is what their lives are. Like they don't get to often enjoy things like a lobster dinner because their life is so hard, and it is fight all the time, and could be killed at any minute. So yeah, that was just, it was a nice juxtaposition between the Sasha flashbacks and like them starting to experience some more like really good things in life that they never had, and then like the cost again of this conflict and the toll it's taking on them.
And in true Attack on Titan fashion, they answer one question, but then I have like, just a bunch more after that. So they answer the question of like, how did Zeke get involved in this whole plot to take, take down Marley and show them their strength and like this infiltration. So they kind of answer that question. Like he was the one that reached out first and told them the plot and the plan. But what I still don't know then now is the question is why? Why did he change this? Why did he go from turning in his father to all of a sudden now wanting the Eldian people to survive, wanting his people to survive, and like stop, thinking of them all as devils, unless this is just, I don't know. I mean, like the best way to gain their trust. And then
there's a part of me that was fearing that too.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it was all like, so why are we going along with Yelena's plan completely? Yeah, that feels kind of dangerous for them to be, not Yelena herself, because she is a newer character to this mix right now. But Zeke tried to kill you, killed many of your comrades, has been like the big baddie. And now he's going to orchestrate a plan that, because it sounds like what you want to hear, you're 100% going to jump in and go along with it. And to me, I'm just like, a little risk analysis here would say that you're putting yourselves at some terrible risk in doing so.
Well, I think that's why they had all the guns drawn on Yelena and her crew, and then why Zeke is in the forest that for his accommodation. So they haven't totally trusted him yet, which is a good thing. But yeah, I mean, that's just like the fun part now is what his motivation is. Does he really care? Was he being truthful and sincere? Or was this his plot to take them out, infiltrate them once again? I mean, they infiltrated him once and was almost successful. So one last attempt, why not? Yeah, I don't know which one it is right now, but it's fun that they can. I think before they give us that answer, we're probably gonna go back and forth a few fair amount of times.
I also appreciated that Levi used his grandparents against him, because like just that one moment, it was a reminder of like, oh yeah, they can't leverage his parents. Why? Because he got his parents killed.
Yeah,
like he turned them in, and that, hey, there might still be someone that Zeke cares about. Like he has seemed like a very fanatical sort of political soldier-esque figure. So it's just that reminder of, there is that humanity that he has too. There are still people that he actually cares about, which, you're like, thank God there's some humanity there. But the other thing is Levi's like, yep, and I'm just going to push on that whenever I need to.
Because Lord Tiber knew that they were going to attack, or like felt like they were going to attack. So do you feel like they were going to attack because they had Zeke put this plan in motion? There's like, okay, they're going to, like, at some point they're going to attack. What would be the best time for them to attack? and he puts on this grand thing about like, let's declare war against them, and they're like, they're the devils, and they're gonna unleash this massive army. Now that's kind of what Zeke and his plan was to tell everyone that that's what's gonna happen, so that they would fear him, so they would leave him alone. So is Tiber with that part of that plan too, or is it Tiber and Zeke are kind of doing what the previous Tiber family did with the king of Paradis, where they're just like, I don't know, concocting this story and this scheme together, and willing sacrifices that need to be made in order to achieve their ultimate goal, which is the end of the Eldians.
I'm very curious to find out the answer to that. Some community members talked about how we were going to get to know Zeke better in the season and understand his motives better. And I look forward to that, because right now, with the information that I know about Zeke, I could never fully trust Zeke.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't imagine that Levi would ever trust him, let alone fully.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure where Aaron's falling on that, because if the whole plan is to get the coordinate back, this would be an expert way of doing it. And it's costing some Marleyan lives, but Zeke's coming from a world in which, like, well, people die. It's the cost of doing business,
Exactly.
when you're in this world. So yeah, I'll be very curious about that. I also really enjoyed Armin and Aaron's sort of philosophical discussion in that scene while they were doing target practice, and Aaron basically just saying, like, we have to be what they think that we are. Essentially, they're like, scare them into submission and make them recognize our power. And then you have Armin there being like, well, no, but if we become what they think we are, then doesn't that just reinforce their perceptions? And we need to change their perceptions. So if I could just go and talk to them, and I'm like, oh, like, you sweet summer child. I feel like the truth lies in between their extremes, which seems odd to say, because I recognize that it feels like we're in a moment where they have to do something extreme one way or the other. So to be like, it's somewhere in the middle, it feels like that's kind of half-assed and that's not going to accomplish much. But Armin, to me, the like, let me just go talk to them, felt like that's the mentality I want to believe can work, and that's what I would like to see happen and be effective. But I'm listening to it going like, kid, there's no way. There's just no way. Aaron's feels like in the immediate, he could get what he wants with it, but long term, it will be just as ineffective, because, again, oppressing people, making them submit, it never lasts forever. And, people don't like that.
Now, here's another thing that could be doing. Zeke could, I don't know, have his cake and eat it too. Like, it could be the fact that they want everyone to be scared of the Eldians. Eldians get to be safe because they threaten them with this whole, million Titans, right? If what Yelena had said was true, that, like, I mean, when we saw the Marleyans fighting with other countries, and if people had, like, turned on the Marleyans and, like, they had a lot of enemies, what better way to gain, like, sympathy than, like, a big attack on your people, and, like, in front of the world, like, to see, like, when everyone else has been, like, invited to this event. So kind of like how in the beginning of this, there was no fighting inside there wasn't really, like, any, human life was treated as sacred because there were Titans were out there, and every human life mattered, and, like, we're the last of humanity, so let's not fight amongst each other and kill each other, right? Now they're doing that same thing, but just on a broader scale, where it's like, okay, let's stop the war between our two countries and, like, everything else. We need a common enemy. The Eldians are going to be the common enemy, and, like, they get to live, but, like, and then the rest of the world gets to come together and be like, okay, we can't fight amongst each other. We can't kill each other. Like, this could be just a way to bring about, I don't know, world peace. Having, like, a common goal or even a common enemy or something like that can, like, help bring people together. And maybe that's the whole point of all this, of Zeke's plan.
Could be. I love your crazy theories. I don't really have a crazy theory
That's all right.
on it.
You don't need a crazy theory. I was just, my head was just, kept rolling with this one. I was just like, okay, or it could be this could be the reason, this could be the reason, and then just kept going.
No, I love that. I have no idea. I'm
just throwing it out there.
I keep thinking about Zeke, and I'm like, you put some really good ideas out there, and I'm like, which one do I think is the puzzle piece that might fit? And I'm a blank, because he blows every direction right now. I have no idea.
All right, well, we're going on to episode number 10 next time.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing I was going to say that I was going to watch, Gabby. She looks like she's cracking.
Oh, she's cracked already, yeah.
And so I'm curious to see the repercussions of that in killing Sasha, and then seeing that Zeke was part of this plan. my hope had been that it would make her question her actions and question her loyalty and what was really going on. And I was actually more worried that if we checked in on Gabby, we would see her just kind of like in a ball of guilt that she murdered someone and like, you know, yes, and she should feel all of that. But I didn't want her to like be crushed under that in like any kind of permanent way. Instead, it feels like she went and ran in the opposite direction, which is I'm gonna kill them all. I'm gonna kill you, Aaron. Like she's gone so much more to the extreme of bloodthirst and violence and murder, which I have to imagine is probably her own defense mechanism to not have to realize that she killed someone. But yeah, that was the other piece of the puzzle I'm watching.
All right, on episode number 10 next.
Yeah.
So fight. Just fight.
What are you doing? I mean, you're clearly muttering to yourself while staring at your reflection. But how come? You're just that bored, or... Hey, you said...
I love when she calls him out.
Who is it you're wanting to fight? I noticed that you said fight twice. Does that mean you'll fight 2 fights, or 1 fight with 2 rounds? I'm loving your new hairstyle. Yeah, the disheveled look makes a statement. It's like you can't be bothered to deal with it. The first time we met, we spent all night talking about Titans, remember? Though looking back, I guess you just listened. As I rambled about my research, I had faith in you. I trusted that you would never sacrifice Astoria.
What?
Hang on now.
So, sacrifice Astoria?
No, she said I trusted that you would never sacrifice Astoria. So, like, did she know all that stuff about Astoria at the beginning? Was that part of her research that she stayed up with him all night sharing?
No, because he had the revelation. Remember, like, he was, they were sitting there and he had a revelation. He was going to say something. He was like, no, I can't say anything because of Astoria. So if they were talking about it and she, like, told him, he wouldn't have had that moment of...
So she's just calling out what she recognized in the room but didn't say anything about it at the time?
I don't know. I took it as that he did sacrifice Astoria. That something bad has happened to Astoria. We haven't seen her.
Well, that would be a revelation.
So that's the way I took it. But I'm not sure. Especially when I was like, oh, good job, Aaron. She's like, oh, I didn't say anything because of Astoria. And I wanted to, you know, protect her. And I'm like, okay, great. But then, so does he end up doing something that compromises her? Maybe by just going out on his own, it's put her at risk. Maybe there's anything like physically happened to her yet, but...
Aaron, it's been a year now. I haven't seen you since you picked up our whole ship.
Too bad. You won't be working with Aaron directly.
You'll be working with
meeting
me.
is as far as we're willing to go.
The port's complete at last, and we're about to welcome our first foreign visitors from the sole nation that's friendly to Paradis, Hizuru. Their special envoy is Kiyomi Azumabito.
Okay. Doing diplomatic relations?
Do you happen to recognize this family crest?
Yeah, you should show it to them.
You think?
You showed it to me back when we were just kids.
Well, and they know it's there now.
And she gave it to you.
My mom gave me this mark to match one she had herself, and she asked me to pass it down to my own children. A noble deed befitting your lineage. Over a century ago, Hizuru Shogun was an ally of the Eldian Empire. We Azumabitos trace our lineage back to a son who was on good terms with King Fritz and often visited here. After the Great Titan War, a child fathered by the Shogun's heir was somehow left behind on this island. You are the only direct descendant of the family that once led our nation.
Damn.
Simply, you are Hizuru's hope.
Okay, no pressure.
Oh my god.
In this world that our new port has connected us to, we may as well be a tottering child learning to walk. For now, let's keep quiet and learn what we can from our guests.
We know that we know nothing.
So that symbol, why'd you only show it to Aaron?
Hey, you're in a good mood.
Of course I am. Seems our ancestors were friends. They've left us both with heavy burdens to bear. But I couldn't have asked for a more perfect match than you.
Aww. Things are nice now, so they go terrible at some point.
This day would never have come if not for the man who brought us together. I'm speaking, of course, of Zeke Yeager. We conversed with him in secret. We discussed more than Lady Mikasa.
Take a look at this.
That's...
Do you recognize this? It's top secret in Marley. This omnidirectional mobility gear is an anti-Titan weapon made in Paradis. I procured it myself. Please, consider it a gift. It does need a special type of fuel to operate. It's exceedingly rare. They're calling it Iceburst Stone. It's only ever been mined in Paradis.
Iceburst Stone.
Zeke Yeager's proposal was that we ally with and assist Paradis in exchange for access to a resource that could return our nation to its former glory. It's a rather tempting offer. We suspect that in this modern era, a treasure like Iceburst Stone could change the world and generate a fortune.
Is that the crystal that the Titans make?
Ooh, licking your lips. Probably. I think so.
I doubt anyone would take the risk if there weren't money to be made.
Hold on. What would you assist us with?
We're here because this plan can only succeed with Hizuru's assistance. It calls for a 3-point course of action which would allow you to defend yourselves with your so-called rumbling. You would unleash a fraction of the Titans in your walls, enough to display their destructive potential for all the world to see. You're 100 years behind the rest of the world. Hizuru will help you catch up. You must be able to shake the earth by maintaining the founding Titan and having a Titan of royal blood. Zeke will pass on the Beast Titan to an individual who has royal blood, and that person must spend the 13 years they'll have left, bearing as many children as possible.
If we choose to rely on it, we'll have to continue the practice of Titan
Astoria.
inheritance for generations. But is that enough of an excuse for us to push this problem onto our descendants?
I understand.
Just won't accept.
I'll do my part. I'm willing to inherit the Beast Titan from Zeke Yeager.
Astoria.
If Zeke's plan is to buy our salvation, the price of broken walls, trampled lands, and children bred to be slaughtered like livestock, then I say he can go to hell and take his sick little plan with him.
Okay.
We should try to find another way. Let's use what time we have to look at our options.
I felt the same sense of urgency that you did, Aaron. You pushed our island into a war we aren't ready to fight. Why? Did you stop caring about Astoria?
I've taken the Warhammer Titan's power. Its hardening ability allows me to build structures from thin air, which means you can never build a prison deep or strong enough to hold me in against my will. And since I have the founding Titan, you can't kill me. So tell me, Hanji, is there anything you actually can do?
Ooh.
If you know something I don't, then let's hear it! If you've got something up your sleeve, then tell me what it is!
Hands off, you pervert! Ever the rebellious teen, huh? Grow up! Ervin, this is the one time you bet on the wrong horse. Why did you ever think that I could be commander?
Because you can.
Yeah.
Why don't you come in, Historia?
Gotta share the responsibility.
You need to take better care of yourself.
We should have stuck with our plan and fed Zeke to Historia as soon as he got to the island. But we let her do what she pleased, and so she got pregnant. Then again, what did we expect? I mean, she's an up-jump bastard who's queen in name alone.
Quit it. He's been checked out, so we know he's not anyone's lackey. He's someone she knows. Apparently, they grew up in the same area. As a kid, he'd throw rocks at the queen because she wouldn't leave her farm. He must have wanted her to notice him. He said that when she opened her orphanage,
kids are idiots.
He started working there out of guilt. He worked hard and kept his head down for years there. She approached him in the end.
I don't give a damn about their love story.
I do.
Somebody told her that it would stop us from turning her into a Titan. Rogue, you've had too much.
Yeah.
If we were smart, we'd still do it.
Yeah,
Turn
too
her
much
into a
power, too
Titan
fast,
whether
yeah.
she's pregnant or not.
That would probably kill the child. And if miscarrying kills the queen too, we're doomed. It's too risky.
That's a perfectly sound argument that could bring our country to ruin.
Plus, I would never describe Historia as selfish.
Mhm.
The fact that this guy does just shows how fucking ignorant he is.
You should recommend this one.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Hey! Is this something they needed us to do?
If that idiot hadn't opened his mouth and volunteered our help, we can develop the island and our muscles at the same time, my ass.
It can't be easy working your butts off when it's this hot out.
Yeah, well, we have to be here to watch over this moron, right?
You brats got taller. It's like you're sprouting up just to spite me.
Hear anything from Hizuru yet?
That's why we're here. Hizuru either can't or won't help us with this. Makes sense. Hizuru has a monopoly on any resources that we want to export right now. So why would they ever help us trade with other countries? From what I hear, the world's major powers want Paradis to be the root of all evil. We're the shared foe that helps bring them together.
Yeah.
What you were saying.
Do we have no choice but to sacrifice Historia?
That's right.
The world's decided that we're devils, regardless of what our intentions are? They can't want us to repeat the past, so why won't they consider peace?
Because they don't know better. And that makes them afraid.
Our neighbors across the sea won't trust people whose faces they've never seen. If they don't know anything about us, then we'll just have to teach them. That's what we scouts always do.
What could go wrong?
Hanji has a plan for everything, am I right? It's exciting. We'll all get to chow down on food from a distant land.
Wonder what we should pack. Hope that foreign food doesn't give us the runs.
We'll need to pack some antacids, a toothbrush, and a taste of home.
Taste of home.
If we can just find a way to convince the world that all we want is peace, maybe our situation will change.
All you want is peace now, though. Who's to say when next people that get the Titan power don't want peace? They want to conquer.
My time will be up in just over 5 years. We need to make a decision soon about who to give my Titan to.
I think it should be me.
We don't even know if Ackermans are able to turn into Titans.
Yeah.
And even if you could, Hizuru would be furious about it.
Who do you think it should be?
This guy. First of all, I'm a whole lot smarter than Eren. With a gifted leader who shows good judgment in all situations. A rare specimen.
Not wrong. A rare specimen.
Sure, except we can't afford to lose someone that valuable after just 13 years, moron. You should aim to become the regiment's next commander. I'll inherit Eren's Titan myself.
No, that won't work at all.
Sasha.
You're way too much of an idiot. This is a really important duty, and we can't entrust it to someone who's slow like you.
Oh.
They're all trying to save the other one's lives.
Guys.
I get that I have to, but still I really don't wanna.
Sasha, wait. You're not making any sense. You're more of an idiot than me, which means you just contradicted yourself, right?
I'm not planning on handing it down to any of you.
Why not?
Because you're important to me.
Yeah.
More than anyone else.
Once you have full lives. Yeah. It's gotta be inherited to someone you trust, though.
Someone you trust, who you feel like can lead, will make good decisions, but you can't like them too much.
Levi? It's a little bit older than him. But they can't get rid of Levi. He's their best soldier.
And he's an Ackerman.
Oh, yeah. True. So you can do it anyways. How about that?
So Pixis detained the volunteers? Such a strong-arm tactic.
Mhm.
It's hard to believe he'd go that far. That said, I doubt Pixis had much choice. Until we understand Zeke's real intentions, his presence here puts us in a tough spot. I wonder what made Eren decide to go with his plan. Him and Zeke must have talked, but no one knows except for them.
I want to know.
Did that guy look like Eren when you all saw him? If you ask me, that wasn't Eren. And if whoever that was is capable of picking his half-brother over us,
If he is, then what?
then I say we'll need to be prepared to cut him down ourselves if
I
necessary.
won't let you.
Are you taking their side too, Mikasa?
She's always taking her inside.
I don't think it'll come to that. Eren cares about us more than anyone else. Everyone here should know that.
If there's ever any doubt, Mikasa will be the one to.
Maybe that's why
Take him
he's
out.
become so combative.
He's always seen your strength, but the Eren that we used to know would still try to keep you away from the front lines. But he used you in that battle, sent Armin to destroy that port.
That's just because he trusts us. If we hadn't helped him, his plan would have failed.
Yeah, and Sasha would be alive right now. What do you think Eren did when I told him she had died?
Connie, stop.
The bastard laughed. I wonder what part of our friend's death that it was. That he found so damn amusing. Why don't you explain, Mikasa? Why did Eren start laughing?
We need to talk to him.
It's not uncommon in grief.
We'll give him a chance to explain his goal.
Tell me, what if his goals are the same as Zeke's?
The volunteers gave us Titan serum, so we have a choice now. We can choose to turn someone who we can trust into a Titan, and then have them inherit the founder from Eren.
Oh, man.
They made a point of showing that wine bottle label at the end again, which was the same one that our chef was trying to pass off. So, like, I assume that was for the loudmouth at
I
the
did
dinner,
too.
but because they made such a point of showing that bottle and them all pouring at the end there, I wonder if it had nothing to do with that loudmouth and it's for something that's about to happen.
Take out all the people around Zeke so that he then can bust free. I mean, he's just sitting there reading a book. That was a good spot, beautiful. I missed that, and then I missed, like, as things go on, like sometimes we talk and like we miss things. I mean, we don't really talk that much during the reactions because we don't want to miss things. But like sometimes that happens. But then also sometimes it's just like as we're watching, you know, the theories start to going ahead and you're trying to process everything, and then you miss something. Like I completely missed like Historia being pregnant there until like they brought it up like 5 seconds later. I was like, yeah. So when Hanji was talking about sacrificing Historia, what was she talking about then?
I'm trying to piece that together because the guys all around the table were basically talking about making her a Titan, which
Yeah.
could be sacrificing her depending on like what that all entails. It sounds like their perception was, oh, she got pregnant to thwart their plans of turning her into a Titan. That's very possible. You know, like there's the romanticized version of what Historia is up to, which is just like she's finally doing something for herself instead of thinking about like having to be queen all the time. And she fell in love and they wanted to start a family. And so she got pregnant. Like that's definitely one possibility. Another possibility is she knew what they were up to. And so to buy herself time, got pregnant, which she correctly calculated would prevent them from going through with a Titan ceremony. It sounds like Hanji was thinking that Eren, I'm not sure if I got this right, but that Eren was basically serving Historia up. And like he made it from that meeting in the last episode, had said like,
we gotta do something else that we don't have to sacrifice her, but then now he can.
But maybe now, like, you know, from saying in that meeting, like the whole thing about royal blood with, you know, her taking on the
Zeke and
Beast Titan. Well, sure, it could be the Beast Titan, but why couldn't it also be the Attack Titan? Why couldn't it be Eren? So, like, by the whole idea of the Beast Titan coming forward as an option for Historia, I feel like he's voiced what he was trying to keep quiet before, and that, in effect, has sacrificed Historia up for the politicians to craft their plan.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even think straight right now because of all the stuff that's going on in this. What do you got?
Your brain is where my brain was after the last episode. I feel like this was a very big episode in a quiet way, which I realize sounds probably kind of like oxymoronic or weird.
I would agree with that.
But it was a setup episode. Like the whole thing, I feel like with the wine bottle at the end there, the whole thing with what's going on with Historia. Basically, this was kind of an episode dedicated to like, here are all of our little like, you know, sticks in the fire right now that we've got roasting marshmallows and like anything could happen with any one of these at any time. And so it was helpful to learn that, but we didn't have any of the like really big, like huge action moments that have been pretty consistent in dang near every episode recently of Attack on Titan. I loved Hanji and Levi's scene for multiple reasons, but one of them was the humor that Hanji employed.
You mean Eren and Hanji?
That is what I meant. Who did I say?
Levi. Because we always want to call other characters
We want to call everyone Levi.
No matter what, we want to bring Levi into the discussion somehow.
Levi's our hero. Okay.
Yeah.
And Hanji. I did say the right names this time, right? Okay.
Names.
So I did love that scene. One, for Hanji's humor. I think that might have been like some of the... they've had very funny moments. So I don't want to say that was the funniest they've ever been, but as a whole scene, coming in with that humorous energy was kind of the first time that I've seen them do that and sustain that. While talking about some really serious stuff. You know, the fate of Historia, Eren with the ability of not only the Attack Titan now, but the Warhammer Titan. There's a lot of stuff going on. But one of the things I really loved at the end there was when Eren gets all scary and you see kind of who he is now and what this has all done to him. And Hanji pulls away and goes like, she makes some comment, I can't remember exactly what word she used, but like how he's still some immature, like hothead teenager or something like that. And it was such a great moment as they're saying that and trying to like escape and call that out, because it was so the opposite of what Eren just showed to be. And there is something a lot more frightening about Eren right now. Yeah,
and all of his friends are seeing that too and are scared of him and don't know where his loyalties lie. But I mean, for the whole laughing thing, like I said at the time, I don't think that's totally uncommon to have like bad news or someone to die and then just like not being able to process it, and like just like laughing is like a sort of like a release. And yeah, so I mean, I don't know why he particularly was, but I also think, I mean, this episode had like the Ackerman reveal. It's about like their history. We got more on what's going on with Historia, and then I just am wondering if they wants to feel like Connie feels and think that Eren and Zeke are working together. I'm not saying that's wrong, because like maybe the point was to get Zeke's to get the Warhammer Titan to Eren. I don't know why, but he said no prison can hold him. Is he? Yeah. I just don't know if Eren's gonna switch sides now.
Here's why I have more faith in Eren than I do Zeke. I think Zeke could be as fanatical and singular minded as Irvin was.
Mhm.
Like all Irvin wanted was to get to the basement to learn the truth, to find out, are they the only people and whatnot. I feel like Zeke is like that as well, with the ultimate end goal being to get the coordinate for his own purposes. Aaron has never been singularly minded for anything other than his friends. And he is ride or die for them. So I think if Aaron's doing anything, what I think is potentially the most dangerous situation is if Zeke and Aaron are both trying to outsmart each other and play each other.
I can see that.
And in order to sell said story to each other, Aaron might have to do some things and make some compromises that are going to be very tough for him to live with, to sell himself as Zeke's ally when he's really not. So I don't know, that like if I had a crazy conspiracy theory for it, that's what it would be in this moment, because there is a shift in Aaron noticeably from the last scene with Hanji, and like all of his friends, I just don't necessarily know how to interpret it. But I love that Mikasa was like, "You will die if you touch him." Like she's unwavering in that. Like that does not change. It's if anybody goes near Aaron, I will kill them. Boom.
Yeah. So I think one of the reasons that I'm so just frazzled right now and just can't think straight is because what's so great about this show is that anything's possible, right? I mean, there's like no character really has plot armor, and except for Reiner, and well, he's Armor Titan. But so like because of that, no crazy theory seems too crazy and unbelievable. Like Aaron switching sides, I can believe they go that route. Like they left themselves a path to go there, right? I think it's more what you're saying is they show that scene where he doesn't want to sacrifice his friends because his friends are his family and they mean the world to him. I think that is more the case. But if they did change it and they I think they could find a way to justify it. So that's why like with all the information they gave, I'm just like I don't have enough to go somewhere else and like think of another theory because there's too much possibility right now in what they just gave us. They gave us a lot of information, but not enough specific information. It's all like here's a bunch of new stuff. Think about it.
Think about it. Have your mind blown.
Yes, and successfully blew it. That was Jerry. Let us know your thoughts about these episodes down below in the comments. And if you want early free access and our full and cut reactions, you can see every moment and get a month ahead over on our Patreon. Links in the description of the video. Thanks for watching Attack on Titan with us, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.